It is this Elijah that challenged the prophet of Baal and Asherah. Together, 400 of prophet of Baal and 450 prophet of Asherah. We are men and women of God who have encountered a God, the faith and confidence in this God that can stand tall and confront the powers of the enemy, eyeball to eyeball.
Coming up next with Pastor Alph LUKAU.
This is a presentation of Hallelujah Ministries International.
The Bible speaks of a man called Elijah. He has been nicknamed the prophet of fire. He was one of his own. His ministry had no reference. The strength in the life of this man was nothing but the relationship he entertained with God. He was in such a deep relationship with God that his entire ministry was defined by it. The Bible introducing him by just presenting where he came from. We do not know much of him, not his father, not his mother. It is say Elijah the Tishbite, that all we know of him. You see, sometimes the grace of God becomes so opulent in your life that it overshadows every other thing. I pray after me, if I have to be remembered, that I may be remembered as one who walked with God.
That's right.
I pray that I may not be remembered by my cars, by my house, by any of the things that I have, but I may be remembered by my walk with God.
Glory to Jesus.
Elijah was such a man, he walked with God, and that's what matters, his relationship with God. He was called a man of fire, because throughout his ministry we have seen his God answering by fire. I don't know about your God, but my God, just like the God of Elijah, answers by fire.
Amen.
It is this Elijah that challenged the prophet of Baal and Asherah as they gathered together, 400 of prophet of Baal and 450 prophet of Asherah. He was alone. The entire Israel gathered to applaud and support the prophet of Baal, because Ahab the king with Jezebel the queen had taken a step away from God. They had aligned with evil. They had chosen to bow to idols, but he remained alone. It is important to know that sometimes you will be required to be alone. I'm here to say it is okay sometimes to let them go. Sometimes it's okay that everybody is taking this turn. You choose to take a different turn.
That's right.
To be different should not be a bad thing. You'll never be able to make a difference if you're afraid to be different.
That's right.
It is only those who are different and embrace the difference that are able to make a difference. I am prophesying over somebody here. You are born differently. You will live differently, because your calling is to do things that have not been seen before. Who am I speaking to? This man remain alone as everyone gathered together. The majority is not with them. The majority is with you. For it is say, one man with God is majority. Allow me to speak to somebody. You feel invaded. You feel encircled by the enemies. Everywhere you look, you see the devil. They don't like you. They're conspiring against you. They are ganging against you. But hear the voice of God. One man with God is majority. 1,000 may fall on your side, 10,000 on your right side. It shall not come near you. Somebody lift your hand and say, I am invincible in God.
I'm invincible in
Say,
God.
no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper.
The prophet of Baal and Asherah gathered together, and then they began to do all kind of incantation, and they had all Israel supporting them. Elijah was standing alone, but he was not alone, because the Bible says, I will never leave you, nor forsake you. I shall be with with you every day till the end of time. I don't know who God sent me to speak to, but I'm here to say to you, you are not alone. You have never been alone. Even if it seems lonely, I want you to keep your eyes onto Him. He is the author, He is the finisher of your faith. Somebody say, never alone.
Never alone.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Somebody holler again, never alone. You have a friend who will never leave you. You have a friend who will see you through. You have a friend who's holding you by hand. You have a friend who will walk the walk with you. When you go to bed, He goes with you. When you wake up, He is with you. When you sit to have your breakfast, He is there with you. When you enter your car out, He is with you. When you come back, He is with you. He takes the shower with you. There is no time, there is no moment where you are alone. He's the only friend that does not need a visa to cross the border with you. He is always there. Those of yesterday called His name Yahweh Shammah, the ever-present God. The prophets say He shall be called Emmanuel, God with us. Do not allow them to intimidate you. Do not allow them to scare you. Do not allow them to bully you. You are stronger than them. Hallelujah. You are bigger than them. God is holding your hand. God is on your side. God will see you through. Amen. God will defend your cause. God will lift you up again. I am prophesying over you. May this word be true in your system. May this word be established in your life in the name of Jesus. May it be so. Somebody touch your neighbor, say, never alone.
Never alone.
Find another neighbor, say, never alone, never alone, never alone. Jesus. Now hear this, please have a seat if you can find any. The word of the Lord says that as he remained Elijah, that is, he allowed them to call on the God. They called on the God. The God did not answer. He gave them ample time to carry on. They did that again. And the God did not answer. They went on and made incisions of their own body, increasing the level of sacrifice, cutting the body, and seeing their own very blood shed. But the God did not answer. Because the gods are gods made by men's hand, with eyes that cannot see, with ears that cannot hear, with a mouth that cannot speak, and a hand that cannot touch. Elijah at 3 said, boys, move. Let me show you what a true God can do. Hallelujah. Hey, is there anybody who's ready to show off with his God? I can't hear you. Is there anybody who's ready to show off with his God? Hallelujah. When your God shows up, you show off. When your God shows up, you show. Wipe away your tears, dust yourself off, pull your chest up, walk tall. Your God is with you. Amen. He said, move, let me show you what a true God can do. That's why those who know God and walk in faith, they have a certain degree of confidence that looks like arrogance.
That's right. That's right.
I just know.
You just know.
How do you know? I just know. When all this is over, I shall be the last man standing.
I receive it.
It is the audacity of faith.
That's right.
Among everybody complaining, you pull yourself together as a daughter of Zion. You put well that makeup, you pull your dress well, and you begin to walk like a peacock.
Hallelujah.
If you don't like it, live with it. I'm not in the mood of changing my mind. I will carry on walking like this, because when my God shows up, I show off. Here it is. He said, boys, move. Please have a seat if you can. He said, move. Let me show you what a true God can do. We are men and women of God who have encountered the God, who have built the faith and confidence in this God that can stand tall and confront the powers of the enemy, eyeball to eyeball. Where are those who can stand tall and say, call on your God, and I will call on my God, the God who answers by fire, he shall be When they called on the God, it didn't work. He moved them and he stood. He began by rebuilding the broken altar. You see, your strength is in your altar.
That's right. That's right.
Fire does not just come. Fire comes on an altar. And fire will never come on a broken altar. So it began by rebuilding your altar. If you have no mind for your altar, you will not have power for your life. Your true power comes from your altar.
Amen.
Your first priority is your altar. If you neglect your altar, heaven will neglect your life. Jesus Christ says, if you will deny me down there, I will deny you up here. You see, it's reciprocity that is at work. What you do there affects what is done up there on your favor. And your altar is what you have to know to be the point of covenant between you and your God.
That's right.
He began by rebuilding the altar. And while all this was done, the Bible speaks of a young man who had admired his master and had been faithful. He was by his side. He saw Israel standing against his spiritual father. He was right there. He saw him confronting them. He was right there. And as he rebuilt the altar, he lifted his hand and he prayed a simple prayer. I love the prayer of Elijah. Many a time I prayed the prayer of Elijah for myself. I had locked myself away from man, and I began to pray a prayer that did not come from my inspiration. The prayer that came from Elijah. He said, oh God, let it be known that you are God in heaven and that I am your servant on earth.
Yes.
As he prayed this simple prayer, the Bible says fire came down. Somebody's about to experience fire.
I receive it.
I said somebody is about to experience fire.
Receive it.
Fire.
Fire.
Fire came down. Woo. As the fire of God came down and burnt the sacrifice, it consumed the stones. It licked up the water. There are levels of glory.
That's right.
There are levels of glory. You see, yesterday when we talk about glory, we speak about Shekinah. Shekinah was what those of old called the glory manifested in flesh, because they saw a smoke. They said this is the Shekinah glory because it had something that I could see, something that could relate to. The manifested presence of God. They had called it the Shekinah glory. Something will manifest in your life.
I receive it.
I'm glad you met it today because God has been waiting for you. Something will manifest in your life. Let me try this side. I don't know what you've been expecting from God. I don't know what you've been praying for, but I sense in the Holy Ghost something is about to manifest in your life. The Shekinah glory.
Jesus.
Fire came down. The glory covered the place, the Shekinah glory. But you see, I love the level beyond the Shekinah glory. My precious daughter, it's called the Kaboth glory. You see, the Kaboth glory is not just glory, it is the weight of God. The Kaboth glory. Every time that level of glory came to the temple, no priest was able to work in the temple. It was so strong that people could not even turn to look. Get ready. What is about to be deposited in your system is bigger than what you can handle. I said, what is about to be deposited in you is bigger than what you can handle. That's why God has to expand you. God has to equip you. God has to enlarge you. For He's about to do something bigger than what you have prayed for. Something bigger than what you've been expecting. Something bigger than what you have written down in your paper. God,
I receive it.
is about to do it.
Jesus' name.
Fire came and Israel all together, as if they had a choir master that day that put them all together in line, as if they were in orchestra and the maestro leading them. Pa, pa, pa. The Bible said that they all went together on their knees and they have said, the Lord is God. The Lord is God. Your family is about to say the same.
I receive it.
Your colleagues at work are about to say the same.
I receive
People
it.
in the community are about to say the same. The Lord is God. The Lord is God. In this junction, no one will doubt your God ever again.
In the name of Jesus.
The grace of God, the power of God will be so vividly evident that no one will ever doubt that this is the hand of God. Because what God is about to do will not derive from your effort. God is about to astonish the world with you. I pronounce over you, God is about to astonish the world with you. Somebody get ready.
I receive it.
While all this was taking place, there was a young man admiring. Oh, may God give in the body of Christ role models for the next generation. Men and women who live in integrity, who are not there to fight one another, who are not there to show evil. No, may God show leaders who will lead in love, who will lead in power, who are the reflection of the glory of God, who will inspire the next generation to follow God. Elijah was such for Elisha. And after seeing all this, the time came for his departure. He called a young man that was with him and he said, the Lord is leading me. I want you to stay here. I believe that in his heart, after seeing all that he has seen, he has said, God forbid. God forbid. Let me tell you, it is worth it to stick to what is working.
That's right.
Never change a recipe that is working. Don't change a winning team. You see, many are champions of wrong decisions. They deserve trophies for being champions of wrong decisions. They take a decision thinking that it will hurt the next person, not knowing that they are drowning. It's just a matter of time for the water to overtake their height. Then they begin to realize it's too late. Never change a winning team. Don't depart from what is working. God brought you this far with Elijah. Don't leave him. Wherever you go, I shall go. Your people shall be my people. Your God shall be my God. Where you dwell, I shall dwell. Where you die, I shall die.
I receive it.
A recipe that is working, it's worth building on. Give it your everything. Not everybody has found that recipe. Don't gamble your life. Settle your life. Once you know that this is working, Elisha said to himself, you gotta leave me in your dream. Tell somebody, say, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
Find somebody and say, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
Say, I'm here to stay.
I'm here to stay.
Find another neighbor, say, I'm here to stay.
I'm here to stay.
Now he said to him, remain here 4 times. And he kept on saying, wherever you go, I go. The Lord your God liveth. Wherever you go, I go. The Lord your God liveth. Lord, give us the strength to remain loyal. Give us the strength of fidelity. Give us the strength of faithfulness. Remain faithful. Churches are breaking down. Many are living, speaking in tongues and believing that because they spoke in tongues and they put themselves in a program of a fast for 40 days, God is working with them. As they leave, God remains.
That's right.
Unless where you are, God is not, you gotta remain. This is a bracket because there are places where God is not, you gotta leave. But don't leave when He's working. Don't leave where God is.
That's right.
Are you hearing me? Oh, well, near life changing. Just as spiritual weather, it is changing. That's why you are where you are. Your life is just nothing to show. Change your ways.
That's right.
You say, wherever you go, I go.
If you were blessed by this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel. You can catch Pastor Alph LUKAU on AMI TV on the public bouquet or on our live stream on AMITV.com. You can follow Pastor Alph LUKAU on all social media platforms at Alph LUKAU.